was with my brother. We were looking out, and then we see this fighter plane. And it's firing from his wings on this pilot. He was looking at me. From that moment on, little Dieter, he needed to fly.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, clearly he needs no introduction, but obviously this is Werner Herzog. The extraordinary thing about Dieter Dengler's story is that there are things in the real-life version of it that you almost wouldn't believe if you saw them in a movie. And the thing which stood out for me in Dieter Needs to Fly is a section at the end when he thought that he was being shadowed by a bear, which represented death for him. And this seemed to tie in very closely to the concerns that you had in terms of Grizzly Man, in terms of what happened to Timothy Treadwell. Why is it that in the film that we saw that story is pushed aside? Is it because it simply wouldn't have been believable?
No, that was not the question. I mean, how Dieter tells a story that a bear was waiting for him to be finally dead. Yes. And Dieter tells me he wakes up from a delirium, and he wakes up because he feels the foul breath of the bear right in front of his face, and that started him, and the bear jumped away. Now it was one of these simple safety concerns. Yes, you can have a bear, even a somewhat tame bear, but you would never be sure would the bear somehow start to bite for real. So you just don't do it when you do a feature film. You just don't do it. I've been, you're laughing, but it's one of those things I'm rumored for jeopardizing the safety of everyone and dragging people into impossible situations. I'm not. I'm a professional, and in over 50 films, I've made not one of my actors ever got hurt. Crew members sometimes, yes. But the crew members always on a volunteer basis.
Come on, search place. Where are you?
I mean, it definitely looks like you're right there in the jungle. And the thing, of course, that you're famous for.
Of course, yes.
No, absolutely.
Right there, yeah.
So tell us about the circumstance of doing it. I mean, imagine there weren't great big Winnebagos for the cast to retire to at the end of a difficult day's shoot.
Winnebagos wouldn't have been very good out there because, there were some country roads nearby, but we were never more than, let's say, half an hour or 40 minutes away from a good hotel and a good shower. After crawling along in the mud and with the leeches and all that, sure, it does an actor good to take a shower, and for me it did good because I would crawl with them. It's actually true. I mean, I wouldn't ask an actor to do something I wouldn't be ready to do myself. Christian Bale lost quite a bit of weight over 5-6 months. I said, as a gesture of solidarity, I'm going to lose half the amount of what you are losing, because losing all this weight would have been counterproductive. I wouldn't have liked to lose that much like Jeremy Davis. I mean, he's really scary. But he's very thin anyway, and he came with huge suitcases, I think 5 or 6 onto location. And it turns out they were all, I mean, real huge, how do you say, overseas chests. Oh, yeah, okay. And they were all filled with plastic bottles of water, Evian water, which you could buy right next to the hotel in the supermarket. But I think most of the time he was out there with us, he didn't eat, he drank water.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Werner Herzog.
Thank you.